Good day everyone, I'm Shaina Evonian. Today I will report about forest influences on stream flow. The impact of forests on the stream flow depends to a greater or lesser extent on several factors such as the size of the watershed, the use of the soil being replaced by the forest, the fraction of the replaced area, the management, the soil types, and their properties. So here are the forest influences on stream flow. The amount of water available for stream flow in the flat country covered with dense forest vegetation is less than in flat country denoted a vegetation because of the large consumption in supplying the transpiration current. On well-timbered catchment areas or sa mga makahoy na lugar, maximum stream flow does not occur for sometimes. So, ang agos sa tubig di usahay ra mo occur. Often it occurs several hours after precipitation ceases. So, occur lang siya after sa pag-undang sa ulan and then mosunod na din siya hinay ug kagamay adlaw-adlaw. Although a forest may use more water during the growing season than what it receives precipitation, it stores much water in the soil during the dormant season. It forms reservoir which is filled with the excess water flood and is slowly given out to vegetation and to sustain stream flow at times of drought. Some possible reasons for increase in stream flow after timber harvest or forest removal. 1. Less interception of precipitation. 2. Change in the quality of arrangement of foliage to favor less exposure to sun and wind. Replacement plants may reflect more radiant energy from leaf surface or transfer absorbed heat to surroundings more effectively, so that less is used in transpiration. Replacement vegetation may have a shorter period of soil moisture use of swallower or perhaps less efficient root system and thus extract less water from soil storage. And that's all. Thank you.
Improvement location BSF-1B, and this report is the continuation of the Balete group. M. Forest influences on forest soil. A. Forest vegetation prevents the transportation of soil from its place of origin to lower altitudes. By so doing, it is the chief factor in determining depths of soil on mountains, hills, and sloping grounds, binding shifting sands, and reducing wind and prevent and sloping and water erosion. Meaning, ang pasabot is kung moingon tag forest vegetation, mauna siya ang mga halaman sa kagubatan, mauna na apil na diha ang mga shrub or mga vines or bisag unsa nga naa sa kagubatan niya, dako kayo ni sila og tabang nga maka-prevent sa pagka soil erosion og reducing wind og water erosion, kay ang ilang ugat mo kapit dito sa soil, mao na nga makahatag og kalig-on sa mga
Hi everyone, my name is Rafime Majona, and now we are going to tackle about the carbon cycle, but first we have to talk about the nutrient cycle. Nutrient cycle is any circular path of all the elements and other compounds that are essential to life to circulate in the biosphere, specifically from the environment to organisms and back to the environment. So nutrient cycle, this is a cycle which is distribute siya og mga nutrients from the atmosphere into the environment. So one of these is carbon cycle. The carbon cycle is a nature's way of reusing carbon atoms which travel from the atmosphere into organisms in the earth and then back into the atmosphere over and over again. So as you can see in the picture, so as humans is produce ta og carbon dioxide also sa mga factories which is nagakuan sila og carbon dioxide. Ang katong carbon dioxide is mo ato to siya sa atmosphere, and then our plants is ang ato ang carbon dioxide is kibala mo siya food sa ato ang mga trees, then ang ato ang trees is ihato ko antong carbon dioxide, then ang trees or mga plants is mag-produce na sila og oxygen which is kailangan sa mga living organisms like us humans, animals, and other living organisms sa environment. So mo to siya ang about sa carbon cycle. So magbalik-balik lang ang iyang process. Like, mo na siya, bato ginatawag nga cycle. So, magtuyok-tuyok lang siya balik-balik. Mag-produce ta og carbon dioxide at ang plants is mo kibali lang ilang kuhaon tapos mo na to may mahitabong nga gas exchange. So, from carbon dioxide into oxygen. So on and so forth. So, that's all for my part. So thank you for listening.
Good day everyone. I am Marcled Espahe and let's talk about phosphorus cycle. So what is phosphorus cycle? The phosphorus cycle is the process by which phosphorus moves through the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Here are the case steps of phosphorus cycle. Over time, rain and weathering cause rocks to release phosphate ions and other minerals. This inorganic phosphate is then distributed in soils and water. Plants take up inorganic phosphate from the soil. The plants may then be consumed by animals. Once in the plant or animal, the phosphate is incorporated into organic molecules such as DNA. When the plant or animal dies, it decays, and the organic phosphate is returned to the soil. Within the soil, organic forms of phosphate can be made available to plants by bacteria that break down organic matter to inorganic forms of phosphorus. This process is known as mineralization. Phosphorus in soil can end up in waterways and eventually oceans. Once there, it can be incorporated into sediments over time. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Linn from BSF1B. Now, I am going to discuss my topic which is all about the hydrologic cycle. What is hydrologic cycle? The hydrologic cycle describes the circulation of water from the ocean and other watery surfaces to the atmosphere and to the land. A major source of atmospheric water vapor is evaporation from the oceans. Precipitation, rain, snow, sleet or freezing rain falls from clouds and is a loss of atmospheric water as it removes water from the atmosphere. The hydrologic cycle is an interactive system. So ang hydrologic cycle nag-describe ni siya sa circulation of water from the ocean o sa land. Since water plays a major role in weather and climate, it is important to understand the hydrologic cycle. A change in one component of the hydrologic cycle can affect weather. For example, a decrease in the amount of cloud cover land during the day will allow more solar energy to reach the surface and warm the ground and the atmosphere above. So dapat din nato sabton ang hydrologic cycle. Mao ni siya ang nag-change in one component of the hydrologic cycle.